Hi, and welcome to another instalment of your PD exercise classes. We're going to start with a bit of a warm-up, all standing up, so you just need a bit of space around you. We're going to go for sort of 4 or 5 minutes doing a bit of a warm-up before we get into your exercises. So the first one we're going to do is I want you to think about doing a side step and a reach down, back to the middle, side step, reach down, back to the middle, just to get those legs and your back moving. Try and bring your hands up in between. So up high, reach down, up high. Again, take as big a step as you need to. Don't have to take as big a step as me. Try and move all in one. So you can see I'm sort of moving my arms as I'm stepping, rather than sort of stepping and then moving your arms. If you're not going to take a large step, take a smaller one just to sort of here. If you don't want to go all the way down to your feet like that, you can just go to your knee like that. So you can, to make it a bit easier, small step, knee, up, small step, knee, up. If you want to really push your balance, larger steps. Try and keep yourself in line, try not to step in either direction. So up to the side, up to the ceiling, up to the ceiling. Go at your own pace. Make sure you have something to hold on to if you don't feel quite so steady, so just a table or a chair or something in front of you. Few more. You're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. We're just going to practice to warm up your back, making some large circles. So you're going to go up to the ceiling, round, scoop the floor, and back up again. Like that. Okay, so you're going to go make the circles as big as you feel you can. You can bend your knees to get there. Don't feel you've got to do that on a straight leg. Big stretch all the way around, behind your head, all the way down. Big stretch up. Just really get that back moving. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. So finish at the top, back this way. All the way around. Get to go at your own speed. The main thing is just to make sure those movements are nice and large. And on the way up, you stretch right back up again. So don't end up here like that. You need to come all the way up. All the way up. Big stretch right up to the ceiling. Okay. Have a pause there, and then just for the last bit, just to get that blood pumping a bit, we're just going to do 30 seconds boxing forward. So you're going to stand, you can have one foot in front of the other, you can have them together, whatever you want. Keep those shoulders nice and high. You're going to box straight in front. And then box across, so twist. If you want, you can change feet halfway through to challenge the balance on your other foot. If you don't want to do that, keep your feet together. And then last one, you're going to box up to the ceiling. So up. Keep those arms going, make sure you've got some big movements. Try not to shorten that reach.
Look up if you can, if your balance allows it. And relax. Good, that's your warm up done, well done.
Okay, on to your first exercise. So you need a bit of space. We're going to stay on our feet for a lot of these exercises. And what you're going to do is you're going to step sideways, like that, and you're going to push, like that. And then on the way back, you're going to pull and step in, okay? And then you're going to repeat that. Push, pull. Okay, take as big a step as you need. You can take a smaller step if you need to. Just get the movement first. Just step and push together if you can. Like that. Okay? We're going to go for 2 minutes from now. So take your time with these. So step and push. Make sure you're looking sideways, so make sure you twist your body to step and push. When you've got the hang of it, you can start to add some power into it. Like we do with our PD principles. So don't rush through them. Try and get those movements nice and large. Try and get both those arms straight. Try and keep them up high. Try and keep your chest high. You end up turning to face the direction you're pushing. Start to put power. Make sure you use power in that step, as well as power in your arms. Make sure you get those hands and fingers and wrists out as well. That's a real push. So imagine you're pushing something over. And on the walk, don't forget about the pull back on the way back in. So pull back, squeeze your hands together as if you're pulling something back in. Again, don't forget about that leg on the way back in. So lift and pull. Exaggerate the leg lift as well if you need to. Couple more. Lift. 1, 2. That is 2 minutes. Well done. Okay, so your next exercise, along the same sort of principle, we're going to do a forward step and we're going to do a lift as we do that. So you're going to take a nice big step forward and back again. You can either do a lunge, you can just do a step, or you can do like a really deep lunge. Depends on your balance and how you're feeling. Have something to hold on to, again if you need to, using the same principles as the previous exercise. So when you're ready, 2 minutes starts from now. So you're going to step, throw those hands up high, back down. So again, make sure that you're moving loads of power into those movements. So there, that you have that definite finish point. There, pull down. Up. If this is too easy, feel free to add a weight. Some people find it's easier to have a stick in your hands. It helps you coordinate both arms. Think about the power. Hold it for a couple of seconds so that you take note of sort of start and finish point. So hold and back. So you really get to put that power into that movement as you feel a bit more confident. Again, if you can't take a lunge, you can just take a step like that. So, power, power. So power your arms down, power your leg back. Power.
each direction. Take your time, don't need to go as fast as I am. Power hold, power down. Try and keep your chest up, back straight, so try not to fold like that. Try and keep up, head up, chest up, back straight. If you've got one arm that's better than the other, a stick might be helpful just to get that other arm moving. Back on wall. 1, 2. Well done. That's your 2 minutes. So keeping in line with the sort of coordination through your arms and legs and working across both sides, we're going to do a bit of that box stepping that we've done in quite a few of these classes before. So, a bit of space, 4 points on the floor, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've got that down, you add your arms in, okay? So you can do alternate sides, and same side back if it's easier. We can do alternate sides back. And again, that's more tricky, okay? To see which one works for you. 2 minutes, lots of power, lots of definite movement. Take your time with it. Off we go. So 1, 2, and then you're going to move your opposite arm, opposite leg if you can. If you can't do that, just start with your legs. 3, 4. Nice and high. Definite finish points. Try not to creep forward or back too much. Try and end up on the same spot each time. And if you want to, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a start point. Just to get both arms working. Again, make sure you don't lose that power. 1, 2. So you can also add in counting if it helps. Really push. Slow it down if you need to, okay? And then we can go into opposite arm, opposite leg. 1, 2, back again. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And you can alternate those sides as well. So you can start with that side, come back. Okay? Do 1, 2, 3, 4, same side. If you just want to get alternate arms going, you can do same side to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just working across your body is quite hard. Yeah? Okay, but for the purpose of this, we're just going to go in the middle. So 1, 2, 4. Get those legs going. Get those arms in. 3, 4. Lots of power into those movements. Last little bit. Well done. 2 minutes. Okay, so just to give your legs and arms a little break, we're going to just do some sort of shoulder taps. Now you can either do this on a wall or you can do it on the floor. So I'll demonstrate it to you on the wall. What you're going to do is lean on the wall in that sort of position, feet back, and then what you're going to do is just take one hand off and tap your shoulders in that position. So let's give you a bit more of an idea. In that position, feet back, and tap your shoulders. Okay, if that's too easy, you can come down onto the floor and either come on your knees, like that, or up into this position, like that. Okay. For most of you, I'd imagine that using a wall is probably going to be a better option. So we'll demonstrate it here. As I said, you can do it on the floor. We're going to go for a couple of minutes. But now, tap, tap. Don't use a window, try and use a wall or something a bit more sturdy. Just nice nice and smoothly. Tap those shoulders. Try to keep these elbows nice and straight. You can, so do it on the floor, it's much harder. And the further you bring your feet away, the more weight you've got through your hands, the harder it is. A little bit closer, just on the window. If you can, during this exercise, try and keep your hips forward and your chest up and back straight. You should begin to feel that around your shoulders. If you're on the floor and you're doing this on the floor, give yourself a little break. Don't think you've got to carry on because I am. It's much harder on the floor. Or have a break and go onto your knees. So I'll just finish by demonstrating that one on the floor again. You can either be on your knees in that position with your hips forward a bit, weights on your hands, come up into this position. But that's much harder. Okay, and that is your 2 minutes, well done. Okay, next one, it's going to be another one from your PD exercises. We're going to do the scarf snatch one again. Okay, so again, focusing on that balance, alternating arms and legs. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a scarf or something light that's not going to hit, come down too quickly. Up to the floor, step in that position. So you're going to lunge the opposite leg to the one you're stepping. Okay, we'll do half in that position. Make sure you finish arm behind you, other arm up in front of you. Nice big step, or as much as you can manage. If you can't do that, just work on catching it for now. And then if you want, you can alternate up, start to look at your arms getting involved. And then maybe taking a small step and see how you go. Okay, we're going to start for 2 minutes. We'll do a minute on each side. We're going to start with your left leg leading up, hold it, and then back. Make sure the back is a nice big smooth movement as well. Up. When you're happy with it, you start to get some power into the movement. Throw up. And again, you should be doing sort of 80% effort. So that you should do about 8 or so, and you should feel a bit out of breath. Make sure that you're really placing that lead foot. Wait for the scarf to throw up nice and high. Wait for it to come down again. Back. We're going to swap legs. So other hand. You'll probably all have started with your stronger hand. Really big snatch through. Again, take a smaller step if you need to. Hold that position, make sure you've got those definite finish points. Make sure the step back is a nice big step back to where you started. So you're not creeping forward. Make sure you're not stepping to it like that. Back, do 3 more. Make Making sure those hands are nice and wide on the opposite hand. And one more. Back. Lovely. 2 minutes. Okay, continuing with the same sort of exercises, so we're going to stay on our feet and we're going to do a bit of a side bend, either a step or a slide. A slide is harder, so what you're going to do is put your hands above your head, you're going to lean to one side like that, so you're not leaning forward and you're not twisting, you're leaning to one side, and as you do that you're going to try and step, so you're leaning away from where you're stepping, in that position. Try and step that leg as far as you can. Okay? So we're going to go for 2 minutes. So we'll probably just alternate. You can do a minute on each side, it depends on what you prefer. Get your hands up nice and high as they go. And we're going to bend, step, bend, step. You can let your elbows soften a little bit to help you bend in the middle. You can bend your knee that you stood on. Keep your hands up nice and high. Try and keep your back straight if you can. You might find that you've got one side that's a bit easier to move to than the other. Take your time. If you can't point your toe to the tap like that, you can just step and transfer a bit of your weight onto that leg. So keep your hands up and step. Keep yourself bent to the side you're coming from. Try and bring your feet back to the same position each time. So hands over your head. Like the tap or step. You see I've just shifted my weight if I step like that. Whereas on the other one, if I tap, keeping all my weight on the standing leg. If you need a break, your arms come down, give them a bit of a rest. It can be hard to keep your arms up above your head for 2 minutes. If you don't want to keep your arms up above your head, what you can do is you can keep your arms folded across your chest or wherever you want really. The main thing is we're bending from our middle in that position. But it's obviously harder with your hands above your head. But again, keeping your chest straight, bending through your side. Okay, so hands up. More. Bend. Bend. Lovely. And there's 2 minutes. Well done. Okay, for your last exercise, what we're going to do is you're going to, same sort of thing, but we're going to point your toe back, push your hands forward, pull in. Okay? Easier version is just to step back, push your hands forward. I've done this before, I think, with a step. I'm just going to do this without, in that position. If you want to make that harder, you step back, you point your toe. So in that position there, instead of stepping, you stay forward on your front leg, point your toe in that position. And then to make that even harder, you come there, you come there. You don't rest your foot in between. I'll demonstrate a few of each, okay? I'm going to go for a couple of minutes and we're going to alternate sides to make it even harder for you. So I'm going to start. Point your toe, push your hands forward, and you can either come back in there or you can rest your foot. Okay? Point your toe. Most of you, I think this will be about right. When you're confident with it, start to add a bit of power to that push and a bit of drive to that push back. And then the same on the way through, so push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. For those of you making it a bit harder, it's a pointed toe, pull, pointed toe, pull, pointed toe, pull, and down, pointed toe, pull. Okay, we're just going to stick with weight through that front leg, so just almost tapping that toe backward. And if that's too difficult, you can just take a step back to help you with your balance. So your weight is between two legs. Keep your chest up for me. Keep your head up. Put some power in those arms, power in the pull. Bring that knee through nice and high. Push, pull, push, pull. Okay, a few more. Push, pull, push, pull. Lovely, well done, and that's 2 minutes. Okay, well done. That's the end of your class, apart from we're just going to finish with a bit of a cool down. So a lot of these are just going to be on the floor to give those legs a bit of a stretch. It's put quite hard today. So onto the floor, use a mat if you like, and onto your back. And you're going to start with a bit of a hamstring stretch. So you're going to bring one leg down straight if you can, one knee up into this position. Just pull that knee straight. To add more of a stretch, pull that toe towards you. To take the stretch off, you point your toe. You should be able to get your knee a bit straighter. Add that pull on. Hold that for about 20 seconds or so. Big squeeze straight. Slowly down, straighten it out, and bring the other one up, open behind your knee, try and keep your back straight and try and keep the other leg nice and straight as well. Bring your knee straight. Toes pointed, all toes up. Try and keep your head back on the floor. Hold that about 20 seconds or so. Try and keep that knee squeezed nice and straight. Come down. Do one more on each side. Knee straight, toes up. Now the second time round you can get a little bit further. Slowly down. Knee straight, toes up. Start with your pointed toes if you can't quite get there. And then pull those toes up. Into sitting, and then in this position I want you to do, and be careful if you've got any sort of hip replacement for this one, I'll probably avoid it. If not, just get those feet into that sort of position there. If you've got any sort of arthritic hips, this might not be the one for you. Do what you can. You might find you can only get to here, that's fine. Bring those feet in as much as you feel you can. Let those knees out to the side. Try and sit up. Try and keep your back nice and straight. You should feel stretching your groin here. In this position. placements, this might be quite difficult as well, so just see how you go. Once you've held that for about 20 seconds, you're just going to come into here, and you're going to reach for that calf, pull those toes up towards you. If you can't get there, you can use like a towel wrapped around your foot to help with that. Just give you a bit of a stretch. If this leg's not that comfortable there, you can also bring that one out or have it wherever you feel is most comfortable. Yeah, hold that for about 20 seconds or so. And then swap legs. Try and keep your knee flat so you're not up here. Knee straight, even if you only get to here, that's fine, as long as you're feeling a stretch. Pull those toes up, just feel a stretch down through your calf and hamstring. And we're just going to come back into that groin stretch again. Let that come out. Hold that for about 20 seconds or so. Try and lift that chest up so you're sitting nice and straight. So you're not rounded through here. Sit up nice and tall. And we'll once more with these calf stretches. Just finish off. Again, you may find you do better second time round in terms of getting down towards your feet. You can only get to here, or even just here, sitting up nice and straight with your toes pulled up. That's fine, do what you can. Main thing is try and keep that knee as straight as you can so it doesn't pop up, otherwise you lose a bit of that stretch. Swap legs. Slowly get comfortable, sit up nice and straight, and just take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth to finish off. So, now one more big breath in. Like that. Well done. That is your exercise class for this week. See you next time.